In this video, we're going to take a look at our first workflow, our exploratory data analysis workflow. The goal of this workflow is to get a better understanding of our data and the variables that affect our tensile strength or fatigue strength. First, we're going to create a summary statistics page. This will help us get a large overview of all of the columns that exist. Next, we're going to check for our null values. This is an important step because if we find null values here, we need to make sure that we deal with them before we move into our modeling stages. After that, we're going to create a correlation matrix, which will help us understand what different elements affect our tensile strength. We're going to plot our silicon versus fatigue strength, our iron versus fatigue strength, our zinc versus fatigue strength, to better understand how each of these specific elements contribute to our tensile strength. And then we are going to also graph the distribution of the following columns and their skewness and kurtosis. Now let's take a look at the execution of this workflow. The first output that we have is our summary statistics. One interesting thing to note here is the count of all of our columns. We can see that we only have 41 different data points in this data set. This is an extremely small amount of data points, and it is important to keep this in mind when we look at our modeling results in the future. Next, we can also take a look at our variance here at the bottom. We can see that both our aluminum and our silicon columns have a large amount of variance. We need to keep this in mind, and we will take a look at how this affects our fatigue strength later. Next, we have the null values in each column. As we can see from this chart, we have no null values in any of our columns.